Hey, everybody. Remember when California was the ultimate place every entrepreneur dreamed of planting their seed? Silicon Valley, Hollywood, San Diego. Listen, the next unicorn startup haven, if you will, was California. California was the launch pad. But today, that iconic image isn't a line of Teslas on Sand Hill Road. Rather, it's a convoy of moving trucks with Apple, Google, Oracle, and Tesla stenciled on the side, heading to friendlier states like Texas and Florida. My name is Chad Cummings, and I am a commercial law attorney and certified public accountant serving clients in matters of business, tax, and commercial law throughout the great states of Florida and Texas. I am Chief Executive Officer of the multi state, multi attorney law firm Cummings and Cummings Law. And in addition to my day job, I also teach business and tax law at the university level. I hold 4 degrees, including 2 law degrees, as well as a bachelor's degree in accounting and a master's degree in tax, in addition to 10 professional licenses and certifications covering accounting, tax, audit, and of course, the law. My firm website is www.cummings.law. California is now losing a net taxpayer every single minute. Think about that. And the biggest trucks in that moving convoy belong to businesses and founders who built those businesses. Instead of asking why companies are leaving, Sacramento's answer is the same as always: tax the people who create the jobs until there are no jobs left to tax. Welcome to the corporate version of Hotel California by the Eagles. You can relocate your headquarters anytime you like, but the state still wants a piece of the wealth you created while you were here, even retroactively, which is of dubious constitutional validity, I might add. Governor Gavin Newsom and the California legislature are now floating the 2026 Billionaires Tax Act. It would impose a one time 5% wealth tax on any individual worth over $1 billion, calculated using their net worth as of December 31st, 2025. Translation: even if you and your company pack up and move to Austin or Miami tomorrow morning, Sacramento is still trying to send you a tax bill next year for 5% of everything you own, not just your income, because you dared to build your business in California. Think about that from a founder's perspective. You spent decades or maybe even longer bootstrapping or taking venture money. You paid your California income tax rates, which are eye-wateringly high. You created perhaps dozens, if not thousands, of jobs. You paid your corporate taxes, your property taxes, your sales taxes, your payroll taxes. And now, after you finally decide the regulatory burden and cost of living are choking you and your company, what does the state do? They slap you with a brand new wealth tax for the year you were still trying to make it work. It's not a tax, it's more of an exit penalty dressed up as fairness. Politicians keep saying billionaires aren't paying their fair share. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. But in California, the top 1% already pay nearly half of all state income tax. And many of those people are founders and early employees who got rich on paper while their companies were waiting to go public or get acquired. Taxing unrealized gains or total net worth, which, by the way, is exactly what is being proposed here, is a whole new ball game. And making it retroactive is basically telling every entrepreneur, thank you for building here. Now fork over another 5%, or we'll see you in court. And they will enforce this. Companies are voting with their moving vans and their wallets. HP Enterprise gone to Texas, Oracle gone to Texas, Palantir gone to Colorado, Texas HQ, Tesla XQ. That was a Freudian slip. Texas has now introduced Tesla as the latest notch. Coinbase is also heading there from Delaware. Elon Musk, Larry Ellison, and several others have personally relocated out of the state. Thousands of smaller startups and small businesses have quietly moved as well. And every time one of those moves to another state, they're taking jobs, tax revenue, and economic momentum with them. The supreme irony is that this retroactive wealth tax will probably cost California far more money in the long term than it will raise in the short term, particularly because the remaining founders will simply accelerate their exit plans before the law can take effect or implement other tax planning techniques. The Supreme Court of the United States has never liked retroactive taxation, calling it, quote, harsh and oppressive when it goes too far, but California seems bound and determined to force the issue. If they pass this, some billionaire founders will sue, and we might finally get a clear ruling on where this stands, but that will take time, perhaps years, maybe even a decade, and hundreds of thousands, if not even millions of dollars in legal fees. The bottom line here is you can check out at any time you like, but according to this new California tax law, you can never really leave. If you are a business owner or a founder still in California, the state just put up a giant for sale sign in your future. Moving trucks are figuratively lined up, and Sacramento is handing out outrageous tax bills, and they'd like to send you one more on your way out the door. I have helped hundreds of companies move out of states like California, New York, Illinois, Maryland, you name it, into more friendly states, at least as far as the business environment is concerned, those being Florida and Texas, the two states where I practice law. In fact, my law firm now performs more of these so-called redomestications than any other firm in the state. I have several other videos on the topic. I certainly encourage you to check them out. Thank you for watching. If you think governments should compete for business instead of punishing them for leaving, drop a like and share this with every entrepreneur you know. Visit my website at www.cummings.law or use the link in the description below to schedule time for us to discuss relocating your existing venture out of California or out of another state while maintaining the same federal employer identification number, contracts, and in most cases, the business name. Again, my name is Chad Cummings, and I hope that you found this information helpful. As always, the information in this presentation is general in nature and is not legal advice, because legal advice, by definition, must be specific to a particular set of facts and circumstances. Should you have any questions regarding this information or the content of any of my earlier presentations, please visit my firm website at www.cummings.law to schedule time for a consultation. I look forward to the opportunity to speak with and perhaps even work with you very soon.